Right, this is a walk around video, and this is for a lovely car. It's a Toyota RAV4, and it's the top of the range XT5 model. Petrol automatic, finished in black here with this lovely exterior pack. Full black leather interior, obviously sat nav is standard on these cars as well. But a fabulous looking car, it really is. Just go around the car for you. It's very, very tidy for what is now a 12-year-old car, of course. Lights and lenses completely clear and intact. Front bumper's very, very clean. Bonnet itself, I can hardly see a stone chip of any note on there at all. It's very, very clean and tidy. And to come around to the near side of the car first, just to squat down there for you, you can see these, obviously the side steps on the car as well. Really does look a fabulous vehicle. Near side front alloy, very, very clean and tidy. And then to come down the panels, they're really, really clean for a car this age. It's not to say there aren't any light marks on the car, because of course there are, given the age of the car, but they are very few and far between. Rear near side alloy, again, very, very clean and tidy. And to come around the back of the vehicle, again, all very straight and clean. Worth pointing out, the tyres in the car, loads of tread. It's just gone straight through a independent MOT without any advisories at all. Rear wheel was checked. It's actually got the original Yokohama tyre on the back, which has never come off the vehicle. It's absolutely brand new. It's unused, I should say. Sorry, come back to that angle there, just to show you on the panels there's no indentations at all. And then to come to the offside rear alloy, again, very, very, very good, and remained in panel work. It's really very clean and tidy. And finally, final front alloy, other front alloy rather, on the offside, clean as a whistle. It really is, as I said, with the pack particularly, it just really stands out. It's coming into the back now, into the boot area. Very, very clean and tidy back here. This has been given very light use, this vehicle. All the fabrics, plastics which are quite often scratched, are wonderfully clean and tidy. All the little recesses underneath have just been kept wonderfully, wonderfully well. You get loads of extra stowage in these vehicles, and one further forward there again, but you know, just hardly needed cleaning this car. Coming to the back of the car, rear door card, absolutely beautiful. Loads and loads and loads of rear legroom in the vehicle, and that's actually with the front seat in my position, and I'm over 6 foot tall, and the leatherwork is fabulous in here. It's quite often these RAV4s are used as family cars, so can be sort of quite beaten about in the back over the years, but this one looks as though it's only been used very, very gently indeed. Front door card, absolutely immaculate. Footwell area is absolutely wonderfully clean as well. Worth pointing out, there's a full set of original Toyota interior mats with this vehicle as well, which have just been cleaned currently actually, but that is wonderful in there. Driver's door card, as with all the others, again absolutely unmarked, and footwell area is clean as a whistle, and driver's seat is in very, very good condition. Obviously electrically adjustable seats on these top of the range models, as you can see there. So sat inside the car now, engine's running through the section of the video, so you can actually see the dashboard illuminated. With the dashboard, as with the rest, it's a repeating theme, I do apologise, but it's in wonderful condition. See there, sat nav all working perfectly, climate control system, heated seat button underneath there as well. But all the little nooks and crannies and recesses been kept very, very nicely indeed. And we've come across to the main dashboard and just pan in there for you. You can see 72,114 miles, and the only warning light illuminated, of course, is the low fuel light on the car. But the video, in all honesty, just does not do justice to how well this car's been kept inside. It's certainly one of the best you're going to see. Right then, it's a road test video, and it's for a Toyota RAV4, and this is the top of the range XT5 automatic petrol version. This particular car is registered LC06TXJ and mileage at the start of the road test is 72,106 miles. Reason for doing the road test is basically so prospective buyers of our cars rather can get to see the vehicles in operation, and it's the very car you're seeing in the advert. We're very well aware that lots of our customers come from not just the UK but all over Europe to purchase our vehicles, so the least we can do is obviously go to the time and trouble to do these videos for you. It is a critical video, so if there's something not right on the car, it's fed back to you on the video itself. It's also done on the country roads very close to our premises, and so hopefully be representative of what you'd feel on road test yourself. So starting with the engine of the vehicle, obviously it's push button start on these, starts absolutely instantly as these Toyota engines always do. Settles completely smooth, even idle. It's got a lovely kind of zingy quality and revy quality to the engine. It pulls really, really well and very, very smoothly indeed through the whole of the rev range. Really nice engines to operate, I've got to be honest with you, and obviously typically Japanese, tough, reliable and very durable indeed. Temperature gauge, and it's been running for some time now, running at just under a half, which is exactly where it should be on one of these cars. There's no warning lights on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the vehicle aside from low fuel, and that's it. So obviously put fuel in, light will go out. But the engine's absolutely spot on. It just operates beautifully. Engine then goes through into the Toyota automatic gearbox. Typical of the breed, very smooth shifting. Feels tight in operation, very well matched to the engine of the car to exploit the performance and the economy of the engine as well. But obviously, what I'm looking for any signs of issues on a car, and everyone should do it of course, do it cold and hot. Just when it's stationary, put it into neutral, then select drive and then back into reverse, and just see if there's any delays in the engagement of those gears or any thuds when it goes in, which could suggest sort of internal gearbox wear. And also on the move, are there any sort of clunky gear changes at all? And there's nothing on this at all. There's nothing. I mean, these gearboxes are very, very tough indeed, but notwithstanding reputation, we do all the same checks that you should do yourself. But I say this one operates absolutely perfectly. Steering on the vehicle, which is a massive strong point on the RAV4, always has been. It's got a steering system more akin to a sports car. It's really direct and quick. It's, of all these types of vehicles, it's probably the most fun to drive. They are actually quite a dynamic car to drive. Steering itself feels tight, taut, silent in operation. Tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel at all at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. But it just feels as though it's got no wear in it that I can feel at all. Chassis of the vehicle, which is perfectly matched to the steering, because obviously if you have sharp steering and you've got a sort of floppy handling, then that actually makes for quite an interesting progress, to say the least, but not in a good way. This one, the body control's really, really good in them. Good on them. They corner actually relatively flat for this type of vehicle, and actually maintain their control wonderfully well. So I'm just checking the cruise control, that all works perfectly as well. But it also rides very nicely, so they've managed to achieve pretty much everything in the chassis of the car, and it's something this car's always been noted for. Again, what I'm looking for on the road tests is when it hits a bump like there, is there any, or are there any secondary noises coming through, any sort of clonks, bangs that there shouldn't actually be? And there's nothing at all. So that suggests that suspension components, drop links and everything are all in good order. The brakes, by the way, I've given them a couple of really good hard shoves, and they pull the car up lovely and straight. There's no pulsing on the brake pedal. It's, they're all in very, very good order indeed. Looking around inside the car, it's a blessing to get in a car which is just so simple and easy to operate. I mean, they're wonderfully well made, of course. Being the XT5, you've got this lovely big sat-nav system which works perfectly. Dual zone climate control, heated seats. You know, you've got your keyless start, keyless entry, auto lights, auto wipers, hands-free as well. But everything I've pressed thus far on this brief road test has worked exactly as it should. I tried the seats last night when I first got the car, and they work perfectly as well. But it's a lovely dash to use. It's very simple, very high quality. Of course, all the switch gears got a lovely actuation to it, which Japanese are noted for. But it's what I love about it is not intimidating in any way. You can just jump in and drive it. There's no kind of silly sub menus to go into with sort of wiggly wheels to take your mind if you're driving, as you should be concentrating on the road ahead. It's kind of old-fashioned in a good way, but with lots of high tech, and I think that's a really good combination. But that's for technophobes like me, of course. All the gauges, all the instrumentation working exactly as it should as well. As I said at the start of the video, it's really just a very brief drive just to show you the car actually in operation, so there's no issues or horrors when you kind of come to us, or it's if you get told about them before you come. There's nothing on this car. It drives absolutely fantastically well. Regardless of age or mileage, I'm not giving it any allowance for that. It just drives exactly as they should, and it's a wonderful, wonderful car to drive. If I've missed anything on the video, please don't hesitate, give us a call and we'll answer any questions you might have.